What if the next evolution in leadership isn't about data or power or speed? What if it's about something far more human? What if I told you we could prove that leading with your heart isn't weakness, it's science? That empathy, intuition, and courage are not emotions to manage, but muscles to train. That's the question I set out to answer in my new book, Call and Response: 10 Leadership Lessons from the Black Church. It's where history, culture, applied science, and leadership theory connect to reveal how extraordinary leaders are built from the inside out. This is your invitation to join the leadership revival. Pre-order Call and Response now. Now with a special note from Viola Davis. Welcome to Her Next Power Move, the podcast that helps high-performing leaders navigate their career ascension with clarity and confidence. Every other week, I come to you personally, just you and me, and discuss the issues and trends in leadership that may be keeping you stuck and what you can do to make that power move forward. I'm your executive producer and host, Elle Michelle Smith, and for those who don't know, I'm a best-selling leadership author and expert, Fortune 100 C-suite advisor, and ICF certified executive and personal coach that inspires leadership at the apex of applied neuroscience and positive psychology and culture. This podcast originates from my Substack by the same name, Her Next Power Move. This is your opportunity to listen, but most importantly, think and strategize about how you will move your leadership aspirations and your life forward, especially in the current business and cultural context. Get your journals and pens ready. Every episode, we start with a topic and we end with a powerful question. Take your time and answer that question honestly and with as much detail and specificity as possible, because our goal each episode is a breakthrough. It's a powerful 10 minutes of your time, well spent. You ever hit this point in the year and feel like your brain has quietly put up a closed for season sign? Not broken, not burned out, just done. You're showing up to every meeting, you're delivering, you're performing at a high level, but inside, you're tired in a way sleep can't quite fix. If this is you, lean in. You're not alone. And there's a real reason your brain feels the way it does right now. Today, we're talking about year-end leadership fatigue, why it happens, what it's doing inside your mind and body, and how to finish strong without pushing yourself past empty. This time of year isn't regular tired. It's cognitive overload. You've spent 11 months making decisions, solving problems, navigating uncertainty, carrying emotional weight for your teams, and managing your own life on top of it all. And your brain? It's been sprinting a marathon. Neuroscience tells us that the prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for strategic thinking, planning, emotional regulation, and decision making, has limited daily capacity. Dr. Daniel Levitin at McGill calls this decision velocity, and when it's depleted, you get foggy, irritable, unfocused, and more easily overwhelmed. Sound familiar? And here's the kicker. Q4 is the most cognitively expensive quarter of the year. Budgets, performance reviews, hiring freezes, team drama, layoffs, holiday expectations. family responsibilities, and the pressure to end strong. Your brain isn't just tired, it's overconsumed. So here's the science of what's happening inside. First of all, cognitive fatigue. Research shows that sustained decision-making depletes glucose in the prefrontal cortex. When that fuel is low, thinking feels harder. Second, emotional load accumulation. Leaders experiencing what psychologists call emotional residue, unprocessed feelings from interactions you never had time to fully address, it builds up. Third, stress loop activation. Chronic stress keeps the amygdala on alert. Remember, that's your fear center, increasing vigilance and making it harder to switch off. Add uncertainty, political, economic, organizational, and your brain starts working overtime just to maintain baseline stability. And fourth, the myth of pushing through. Your brain is not designed to grind endlessly. When you ignore fatigue, the brain shifts into survival mode and performance actually drops. Positive psychology researcher Dr. Barbara Fredrickson calls this a narrowing of attention. Stress shrinks your ability to see possibilities. This is why December feels like tunnel vision. So what do you do with all that? Here's how you finish strong without finishing yourself. Number 1, accept what's real. You don't need to power through. You need to pace through. Leaders who acknowledge fatigue actually recover faster. It pulls your nervous system out of denial and into regulation. Number 2, switch from high output to high intention. This is the quarter where you shift from doing everything to doing the right things. Ask yourself what actually matters in these last few weeks. What can wait? What was never mine to carry? Prioritize the meaningful over the urgent. Your brain loves clarity, so give it some. Number 3, practice cognitive conservation. This season is the time to simplify. Fewer decisions, fewer meetings, fewer commitments, more automation, more delegation, more boundaries. You're not being difficult, you're being strategic. Number 4, anchor to meaning. When fatigue rises, meaning decreases. But here's the good news. Neuroscience tells us that reconnecting to purpose increases dopamine and activates neural pathways tied to motivation and resilience. Ask yourself, why does your leadership matter right now? Who benefits from your well-being? What part of your future are you building today? Purpose is a renewer. Number 5, make micro rest your superpower. Not full vacations, not disappearing for weeks, micro rest. Neuroscientist Dr. Andrew Huberman says non-sleep deep rest, or NSDR, even in short bursts, restores cognitive energy. Try 3 minutes of slow breathing, 5 minutes with your eyes closed, 10 minutes of stillness before your next task, a quiet walk after lunch. Small resets protect your prefrontal cortex. So here's your micro practice for the week. It's called the 5-minute finish. At the end of each workday this week, write down one thing you accomplished today that moved you forward. Then identify one thing you'll intentionally release. And then finally, choose one action for tomorrow that supports your values and protects your energy. This closes mental loops, quiets the stress response, and restores a sense of control. Now, here's your powerful thought for the day. You don't earn your worth by outrunning exhaustion. You earn it by leading yourself with wisdom, honesty, and intention, especially when you're tired. Fatigue isn't failure, it's feedback. And here's your powerful question for the day. Have your journals ready. What is one thing you can stop doing this season that will help you finish the year with strength and clarity instead of depletion? Sit with that one. If you're ready to stop leading from depletion and start leading with intention, community, and calm power, I invite you to pre-order my forthcoming book, Call and Response, 10 Leadership Lessons from the Black Church, published by Amistad, HarperCollins, and JVL Media, and it'll be ready on February 10th, so you'll need to pre-order now to make sure you get your copy on time. Inside, you'll learn how to build a grounded, unshakable leadership mindset rooted in neuroscience, positive psychology, and the wisdom of a culture that has led through uncertainty for generations. You can pre-order now wherever books are sold. Want me to speak, sign books, or host a workshop at your organization? Submit a request at lmichellesmith.com/speaking. Have you signed up for my Flight Path newsletter? It's weekly and it shows up in your inbox each Monday. It's your clear, guided journey to success. To subscribe, go to soaracademy.nsccoaching.co/subscribe. But the conversation doesn't end here. Let's chat about it. Join the chat at Her Next Power Move or add your comments below. Remember, paid subscribers get to hear it first, and you have access to me immediately. That means if you haven't subscribed, it's time for you to go to lmichellesmith.substack.com. You can follow and connect with me on LinkedIn, Threads, Blue Sky, Instagram, or Facebook. Shout out to my executive assistant, Carmen Gamble, and to my audio-visual engineer, Andy Baeza. I'll see you online.